Good morrow, scholars. Welcome back to Survive the Night. So, I know how to pick a really terrible spot for cliffhangers, huh? I do the best that I can. If you feel like I should not do that, let me know. Anyway, we are in Chapter 4, page 45. Spit dries along my cheek. I'm desperate to wipe it away, but the man's sticky fingers dig into my arms, pinning me in place. A tattoo of a snake eating a rat twists around his wrist. That's gross. I want to scream, but music throbs around me, drowning my voice. I scan the crowd. Someone has to see what's happening. Someone has to help. A girl with long blonde hair gyrates in front of me, and a guy with thick mutton chops stands next to the bar. Neither of them looks my way. Another cry rises in my throat. Quiet, pretty. Sorry. I don't know where that voice came from. The man's rot and beer-scented breath wafts over me. He clamps a hand over my lips, and fear rockets through my body. I picture my parents sobbing in the police station, my face on missing person posters. I didn't think this sort of thing happened in real life. But the man is very real. The lipstick seeps into every crack around his too dry mouth, making it look like he's bleeding. I squirm, but he pulls me closer until I'm pressed against his hairy chest. Sorry. I stare at him in horror. He moves his hand to the side of my face and raises his eyebrows. Then he pulls a sparkler out of my ear, like magic. He drops my arm and produces a cheap gas station lighter with the other hand. I try to slip away, but the man angles his body in front of me. The sparkler crackles to life, shooting blue flames. My heart leaps in my chest. The club around us falls eerily quiet as everyone turns to watch the crackling sparkler. The song ends, and even the band seems to take notice. There we go. Sorry. The man claps his hands together, sending a spray of blue sparks to the floor. I jump back, knocking my hip against the bar. His red-painted lips part in a manic grin. Sorry, I was going to say maniacal. You're all invited to play. He spreads his arms wide and spins on the ball of 1 foot. The second survive the night. Rave happens tonight, the man says. Midnight. Someone catcalls. The man waves a sparkler over his head and dances through the club. He steps out the door and onto the street, his blackened toes curling on the dirty sidewalk. The glittering blue sparkler disappears into the night. My horror fades. It was a publicity stunt. Good grief. The music starts up, and I push my way back through the concert goers, who've started dancing again now that the clown man is gone. A pins and needles feeling pricks my arms and legs. A guy wearing a white fedora touches my shoulder. Hey, are you okay? He asks. I flash him a wobbly smile. Peachy, I say. I shove up to the bar. Can I get a glass of water, please? I ask the tattooed, lip-ringed bartender. She nods and disappears. The guy in front of me hops off his stool, and I slide past him to steal it before anyone else can. I pull my purse up onto my lap, my fingers trembling as I try to work the zipper. I swear under my breath and clench and unclench my hands until the trembling fades. I dig out my bottle of Tylenol and pop it open, shaking 2 small white tablets onto my palm. The bartender sets a water glass in front of me. I thank her and toss the pills back, taking a deep drink. A girl with spiky green hair perches on the stool next to mine, her back to me while she talks with a curvy girl whose shaved head gleams in the dim light. So many rumors about Survive the Night, she's saying. I turn my head toward her, listening. I can't believe anyone would actually go. The girl with the shaved head removes a flask from inside her leather jacket and tosses back a swig. Technically, the cog is dry, but everyone sneaks in booze. I take another drink of water. Are you kidding? The girl tucks the flask back into her pocket. Jenny said everyone was at the last one. She talked about it for a month. Shauna bursts out of the crowd and grabs my shoulders. She's wearing an orange baseball hat I've never seen before. The color clashes with her pink hair. Her heavily lined eyes look positively gleeful. I don't know what that was. Where was I? I flick the hat with my finger. What the heck? What? I made friends. Her gaze shifts to the Tylenol bottle sitting on the bar next to me. She cocks an eyebrow. I had a headache, I mutter. I take another drink of water and set the half-empty glass down on the bar. Jumpy much? She asks. I think she's talking about the Tylenol again, but she nods at my foot. I'm tapping it against the bar so hard that my glass shudders, the water rippling. I hadn't even noticed. I drop a hand on my knee. Maybe a little. That's an understatement. I've been buzzing since the man grabbed me. I keep waiting for the adrenaline to fade out, but if anything, it feels stronger. Energy courses through my arms and legs. It's like I need to do something to get rid of it. I slide to the edge of my bar stool. Let's dance. I don't dance. Shauna takes my wrists and pulls me to my feet. She spins me in a circle. I giggle, trying not to crash into the person behind me. We should go, she says, her eyes glinting with excitement. My smile freezes. I don't have to ask what she's talking about. Before rehab, I'd been dying to go to some illegal underground rave, but raves mean drugs. Remember what I said about taking it easy tonight? I remind her. She frowns and leans forward. Don't I always take care of you? She rubs my buzzed head, grinning. Remember the pool party? Of course I remember. A few months ago, Shauna had dragged us all to this rave at an empty pool. 3 concrete diving towers soared above the party. A bunch of kids crowded on top of them, dancing as close to the edges as they dared. The highest platform rose nearly 40 feet in the air. No one was brave enough to go up there, but I was drunk and a little high, and I wanted to do something dangerous. I wanted to feel alive. I still remember how the wind whipped my hair around my ears and the way my heart thudded in my chest as I climbed. I felt invincible, like I could fly. Then halfway up the ladder, I looked down. The people below were tiny, like plastic army men. My eyes clouded, and all at once I realized how high I was, how sweaty my palms were. The wind was too strong, and the ladder felt rickety beneath my fingers. The ground spun. I was going to fall. I would have fallen a lot sooner. But before I did, Shauna was there, her hands on my legs. Her cold fingers circled my ankle, and she gave me a comforting squeeze. A second later, her gravelly voice rose above the music. You're okay, she called. 1 step down. I'm not really good with voices. My brother is. It's weird. He does a pretty good impression of that one sand person that was attacking Luke in Star Wars. I don't know if I mentioned that. Where was I? I nodded and lowered my foot down a single rung. She talked me down the ladder that way. I was too scared to climb back to the ground, so she stayed on the second highest platform with me for hours. She sent people off to get me water and ice, and she held my hand and told dirty jokes until I felt sober enough to try the ladder again. I downed the rest of my water in one gulp. As terrifying as that night was, it was also exhilarating. We told the story for weeks afterward. Shauna pushes me, but she protects me too. We're a team. Please. Shauna flashes her little kid smile at me. I hate saying no to that smile. We don't even know where it is, I say instead. You have to know somebody. Woody knows a guy. Of course he does. On cue, Woody, the lead singer for Feelings Are Enough, pushes through the crowd. His forehead still slick with sweat from the bright stage lights. He runs a hand through his blonde surfer dude hair and winks at the girl with spiky green hair next to me. Hey, Amy. His lips curl into a pouting half-smile that he could only have learned from studying old posters of boy bands. He's wearing a cow costume zipped up to his waist. The arms and head flap around his legs. Pink plastic udders cover the front of his crotch. What? Did you wear that on stage? I ask. Woody pretends to squirt me with an udder. What? I don't like these people. Didn't you see me? I was standing right in front of you, he says, dropping the udder. I had a funky chicken show earlier. What? You're still doing that? I ask, wrinkling my nose. Funky Chicken is Woody's other band, a two-man rap group that performs in farm animal costumes and sings about chicken sandwiches and bongs. I don't understand. You're kidding. We're blowing up. New video on YouTube every week. Woody does a little air guitar twisting up his face like he's concentrating. We were on tonight. What? I don't know. We didn't suck. Sam walks up from behind him and drops a hand on Woody's shoulder, and my heart nearly stops in my chest. Hey, he says, nice hair. I touch my newly buzzed hair and a blush creeps over my cheeks. I picture brushing the sweaty strand of hair off Sam's face and burrowing my head into his t-shirt. I already know that what he'd smell like. What? That's disturbing. Fabric softener and pine needles. I blink and look away. Don't stare, I told myself, though I'm not sure my brain will register that as a command. I can't not stare at Sam. It's as natural as breathing. Oh hey, I say, as he turns back around without another word. I bite back my disappointment. We dated for 8 months, and all he has to say to me is, nice hair. I want to add something else, but what would be the point? My chest twists. Careful, Shauna whispers. She leans behind me and slides the Tylenol bottle off the bar. My face flushes. I glance back at Sam to make sure he didn't see her. Before rehab, I used to hide the Oxy and old aspirin bottles so I could take them in public without anyone giving me a hard time. Sam found my stash once, and he was angry. Shauna slips the bottle into her purse. The only thing inside is Tylenol, but Sam doesn't know that. Thank you, I mouth to her. She winks at me. Sam turns around. His eyes find mine, then flick away. So, he asks, are you guys going to this thing? Survive the night? Title drop, I just thought about that. A thrill of adrenaline charges through my body. He might have asked both of us, but it felt like he was talking to me. Just like that, I make up my mind. This isn't just an illegal underground rave anymore. It's an illegal underground rave with my perfect ex-boyfriend who never should have dumped me. I sneak a look at Shauna, thinking of the possibilities. Another chance with Sam, maybe. A chance to make things right. Yeah, I say, ignoring the heat climbing in my neck. I'm in. Okay. That chapter was kind of short. Let's see how long this one is. Let's see, 17 pages. So we'd be here almost 45 minutes. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be 2 short chapters today. I'm sorry about that. I did not plan that. I was expecting 2 30-minute videos, and now I don't know what to do with my time. Because I was expecting it to be 11 right now, or 11 by the time I was done. But hey, I guess that gives me a chance I can clean out Iggy's cage a little bit sooner, get him out of the tub. I don't know. So sorry. Maybe I should read ahead so that I can plan these out a little bit better. I don't want to make a third video just to make up for it. Well, it's not that I don't want to make up for it, it's just that I feel like that's cheating. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought, where you think this story is going. Did you see the false alarm coming. I feel like I had another question I was going to ask you guys. Oh well, that's not important. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, where it might be going, where you think it won't be going, why you think so, whether or not you noticed my new friend over there. Anyway, until next time. Goodbye, everybody. Yeah, I've got nothing.